In the aftermath of Monero's hashrate turmoil, Zcash emerged as an unexpected focal point in late 2025. After years of underperformance relative to both BTC and XMR, ZEC posted gains of roughly 661% YTD, briefly overtaking Monero by market capitalization and forcing the industry to revisit long-standing assumptions about transparency, compliance, and privacy as a fundamental right. A key driver of Zcash's revival was its full integration with Near Protocol's cross-chain Intents stack, which allows both retail and institutional users to step off a transparent chain, transact inside Zcash's shielded pools, and return without leaving an obvious trail. The integration coincided with a clear inflection in shielding behavior, with Zcash's shielded supply market share rising from roughly 9% in January to highs of almost 24% in November. Zcash also provided a template for how privacy and compliance can coexist while Zcash transactions are transparent by default. Users can opt into fully encrypted transfers and selectively reveal details when required. This design pattern has begun to spread, with newer L1s like IOHK's Midnight Network and Digital Assets Canton Network each implementing their own versions of selective disclosure. Together, these projects point to an emerging category of compliant privacy networks that preserve confidentiality without sacrificing auditability. Performance-focused L1s formed another pillar of specialization. These networks are designed to feel invisible to end users, targeting Web 2-level latency and trading experiences that can rival centralized exchanges. Monad led mindshare in this segment, with its promise of parallelized EVM execution finally materializing with mainnet launch in late November. Early on-chain activity, however, remained modest relative to the months of anticipation, in part due to unfavorable market conditions at launch. Fogo pursued a similar goal with a different stack, using an SVM-based design, a Firedancer client, and a curated validator set to minimize latency. Both projects are still in early phases, but together they illustrate the ecosystem's desire to close the performance gap between on-chain and off-chain trading. Parallel to these developments was the rise of app chain hubs as coordination layers for specialized L1s. On Avalanche, this took the form of an expanded subnet architecture that allows custom L1s to set their own specifications while still connecting back to the primary network for security and liquidity. Initia pushed the same concept in a rollup-based direction, combining a coordination layer with an interwoven rollup stack for app-specific chains. In both cases, differentiated experiences are delivered by purpose-built environments that plug into a shared base, rather than by fully standalone chains. The bar for relevance keeps rising, yet clean consolidation around a small set of networks still feels remote. Instead, the landscape is likely to keep fragmenting at the base layer, with niche, specialized chains cycling in and out of prominence. In this environment, interoperability and cross-chain communication become paramount. By abstracting away individual L1s and routing activity seamlessly, these systems can provide the consistent, intuitive user experiences needed for mainstream adoption.